How's it going, guys? Andy here. Hope you're having a great weekend. Today I want to talk to you about your buying budget. Now, if you're selling on eBay or Amazon, your buying budget is going to be very important to you. Regardless of whether you're starting off with a small amount or a large amount, you have to plan what you're going to spend your money on, because the worst thing you can do is if you run out of money when you're trying to invest in your stock, then you're not going to be able to buy more stock, which means you're not going to be able to make more money, which means you won't be able to return that money into your system to buy more stock and make more money. So you do have to plan what you're going to buy depending on how much you have to spend. If you're starting off with a very small amount, you need to be buying cheap items so you can buy volume. For example, if you've only got £50 or $50 to invest, you're not going to go for wholesale, because firstly, you're probably not going to be able to get anything wholesale for that small amount of money. But also, you wouldn't be buying items for $9 and $12 or £9 and £12, because you only be able to get a few, which cuts down on your options to be able to sell them. Whereas if you are buying used books, for example, you might be able to buy them for £1 or 50 cents or $1 or £2, that sort of money. You can buy a lot of books for £50 or $50, so you need to bear that in mind depending on how much you've got to spend. So my advice is, if you've got a small amount of money like that, then getting into used books is the best thing to get into first, because you can buy them at charity stores, at book sales and library sales and places like that. You can get into them really easily, really cheaply. You can flip them on Amazon, and you can use the free Amazon app to scan those books, find the more profitable ones, understand the bestseller rank, find those profitable books, and you can sell them again for £12, £13, £18, £27, £35, and you get massive return on your money, which means you can quickly scale up your buying budget. And then once you have enough, if you then want to move into wholesale and other stuff, you can. But don't think of it as a beginner's area, because used books is very good. My good friend is buying a lot of money's worth. My good friend Mike Reezy Resells is turning over somewhere in the region of $600,000 to $1 million in a year selling used books, and that is a long-term scale strategy for him, and he doubled down on that one single strategy and has utilized that to make an awful lot of money. So don't think of it as a start-out strategy. Don't think of it as a base point. You haven't got to start somewhere and then end up somewhere else, but certainly having opportunities to sell in different areas is a good thing, to spread out your options, and some things sell better at different times of the year, so that's definitely cool. But don't turn your back on one particular thing, because it can be very handy to, as I say, spread your options, spread your money out into different areas to maximize your return throughout the year. But certainly as a starting place, used books is particularly good when you don't have a lot of buying budget. If you have a larger amount, maybe you want to get into retail arbitrage. If you have a few £1,000 or a few $1,000, retail arbitrage can be a fantastic way to make a good return on your money. It's not unusual to get back 80 to 100% return on your money, which is fantastic. It takes a bit more work. There's a lot more searching to find the right stock. But when you do, you can get some good returns. And if you've got a few thousand, you can cash flow that business relatively well, and you can keep buying enough. And then when that sells, that can go back into the business, and that should keep you going. The worst case scenario with your buying budget, if you spend all your money and you haven't got enough of it back in sales, then you're stuck. You can't buy any more, which means you can't actually expand your business, which is then going to hinder you from building a bigger and better business. So it's really important to understand how big your budget is, and to pick an area that is going to benefit your buying budget and not end up with you being stuck and not be able to push forward. So something to really spend some time thinking about. Certainly when it comes to wholesale, You only really want to be looking at that area when you have sort of 5,000 plus to make it really work for you, because before you've got that much, a lot of wholesale companies, you could spend an awful lot of time finding the best wholesale companies, and then when you find them, they say, great, here you go, here's an account, there's a minimum order value of $5,000 or £5,000 every time you order. You can't make an order until you do that, and if you don't have that budget, your time and energy will be wasted because you can't get access to those stock. So my advice is to work your way up in that respect, and then when you get there, you'll be in a much better position and you'll be more knowledgeable by that time of how Amazon works. You can make your mistakes selling used books because your investment capital is going to be £1, $1.50, 20p. So you can make your mistakes and it's not going to cost you very much money. It's a great platform to learn how Amazon FBA works and really cut your teeth on it and really understand the process, because the process of selling used books is very similar to retail arbitrage, and the rest is only slight nuances that are different. So it's very much worth getting in there and working your way up. If you have any questions, hit me up, give me a call in and ask me a question. I'm more than happy to answer it. Okay, thanks for your time, thanks for listening, and I'll speak to you very soon. Bye for now.